Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you a fantastic game played by legendary Chinese chess grandmaster Xie Jun. She had two separate races, Women's World Chess Champion from 1991 to 1996 and from 1999 to 2001. Her opponent is Bulgarian chess player Antoaneta Stefanova, and this game was played in 1996 at Yerevan Chess Olympiad. Now let's see what happened on the board. Stefanova started the game with d4 and knight f6 by Xie Jun, knight f3 g6. Here King's Indian defense players or Gruenfeld defense players are hoping for c4, but in this game Stefanova first played bishop f4, and after bishop g7 she played knight c3. White goes for hyper aggressive Bari attack. With this line, White is like sidestepping the main theoretical battle, is preparing to play e3, bring the bishop on e2, the knight on e5, and launch a devastating attack on the king's side. d5 was played, e3, black castled king's side, bishop e2, bishop g4, knight e5. We see the exchange of light squared bishops on e2 square, c6, and here we go, h4 is on the board. a5. In return, black is starting an advancement on the queen side, hoping that sooner or later white will castle queen side. g4, a4, a3, b5, and knight a2. Since black didn't play h5, it was better to go for h5, which looks a very ambitious move, but in the game after b5 we see knight a2, knight d7, now comes h5, but already this h5 move is not a very venomous one. Black exchanged the knights on e5 and then played f6. Instead of playing f6, of course, Xie Jun could also exchange the dark squared bishops and then announce a check from a5, and then exchange the queens and play knight d7, but this looks very drawish. That's why after bishop takes e5 we see f6. Black still wants to keep alive the dark squared bishop, which can successfully defend black king. Bishop takes b8, rook takes b8, f4. Meanwhile, white is still advancing on the king's side, but we see e5. As white king is still stuck in the center of the board, black wants to open up the position. H takes g6, h takes g6, f5, e takes d4, queen h2. The queen is eyeballing on h7 square, but there are no direct threats. Black is doing great. Rook e8 was played, and finally white castled queen side. Now comes d takes e3, queen h7 check, king f8, queen takes g6 and e2. Suddenly black managed to gain a powerful passed pawn, which has already reached to the second rank. Rook e1, queen d6, king b1, and now comes b4. White didn't dare to accept the pawn sacrifice and played rook h7. Well, if a takes b4, then rook e4 can be very strong with the idea of capture on b4 with the e-rook. But in the game after b4 we see rook h7, and after rook b7, once the rook is busy with protecting the bishop on g7, finally white captured on b4. Now comes queen g3, the rook is under attack. We see knight d3, rook e3. Right now black is threatening to capture on d3, remove the defender and win the rook, and a mistake by Stefanova, king a2. Well, instead of king a2, rook takes g7 could give white great chances of gaining advantage. If rook takes g7, then queen takes f6 check, and then king a2. And now if rook takes d3, then already white queen can start chasing black king, and then f6 is very strong. If rook takes g4, then queen e7 check, and then rook takes e2. And if we have a look at the position, in here white has a huge advantage. Black has to be very careful. Black king is in danger. This passed pawn is marching forward. But in the game after rook e3, Stefanova missed her chance and played king a2, and rook takes d3 is on the board. If c takes d3, then simply queen takes e1. That's why white decided to create counter-attacking chances and finally captured on g7. But it turns out that already it's too late. Instead of recapturing, which actually favors white, Xie Jun managed to find a brilliant combination which leads to a checkmate in 9 moves. You can pause the video and try to find black's next moves. Ready? In this position, the Chinese chess grandmaster first captured on b2, sacrificed the first rook, and after king takes b2, this time sacrificed the second rook. This is amazing, guys. Look at this. Right now there is a mating thread, but black is managing to find a forced line, and it turns out that the only king who is in a mating net is this white king. C takes b3, queen takes b3 check, king a1, queen c3 check, king b1. Well, if king a2, then black can first announce a check from d2, can force white king to step on the first rank, and then queen takes e1. In the game we see king b1, and after queen takes e1 check, Stefanova resigned. If king c2, then this time queen d1 check is coming, and then queen d2, and then after promoting the pawn to a queen, we have a checkmate on the board. A very impressive game, I think. Stefanova launched a devastating attack, but black managed to defend successfully, and in return, using the power of the pawn on e2, went for double rook sacrifice and killed the white king. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this game. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next video.